From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Thursday, July 9th, 2015. Silver is trading at $15.36 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,162 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $272. Antiwar.com reports Yemen's Houthi government in exile, backed by ongoing Saudi attacks on the country, aiming to reinstall them, yesterday informed the United Nations that they are open to a conditional truce that would end the war, issuing a series of demands. The Houthi offer, according to a spokesman, was to back an end to the Saudi attacks on Yemen in return for the Shiite Houthis agreeing to cede them 4 provinces. None of the provinces were specified and were only said to be in the east and south of the country. That's not all they want, however, as Hadi is demanding a release of several prisoners held by the Houthis, including their defense minister and some other top officials. The UN confirmed receipt of the truce offer. There has been no formal response by the Houthis, however, and they're probably not going to agree to give up 4 provinces of the country to the Hadi faction in return for a truce. The Houthis have sought an agreement on a transition to an elected government, something the Hadi government opposes.
FPP Radio News is brought to you by Coinbase. Coinbase is a simple and secure online Bitcoin wallet for sending, receiving, and storing Bitcoin. Get started at coinbase.fppradio.com. That's coinbase.fppradio.com.
UPI reports a judge on Tuesday ordered Time Warner Cable to pay a Texas woman $229,500 for harassing her with 163 robocalls meant for another customer. U.S. District Judge Alvin Hellerstein in Manhattan said the cable company went too far when it continued making robocalls to Araceli King of Irving, Texas, 153 of them after she told the company that they had the wrong number. After getting 10 phone calls from the company between July and October 2013, King had a 7-minute conversation with a Time Warner representative, telling them the customer they were trying to call, Louise Perez, did not have the mobile phone number she has. The phone number had been assigned to her by Sprint after Perez had used it. Time Warner called King 153 more times, including 74 phone calls that came after King filed a lawsuit in March 2014. Hellerstein said Time Warner Cable's actions were particularly egregious and said that the company did not take the lawsuit seriously, so he tripled the penalty to $1,500 per phone call.
For over 35 years, Roberts & Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and permanently removed the minimum purchase order for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 850-478-5270 or online at rrbi.co.
Reuters reports Baltimore Police Commissioner Anthony Batts was fired on Wednesday following criticism of his handling of rioting over the death of a man from an injury in police custody and a skyrocketing homicide rate. Mayor Stephanie Rawlings Blake said the focus on Batts and the leadership of the 2,500 officer force had become a distraction in fighting resurgent crime and was hurting her goal of attracting families to the city. She told a City Hall news conference, "As we have seen in recent weeks, many continue to die. Families are tired of feeling the pain, and so am I." Batts, who came to Baltimore from California in September 2012, had a reputation as a reformer and will be replaced on an interim basis by Deputy Commissioner Kevin Davis. Batts came under fire for his handling of rioting following the funeral of Freddie Gray on April 27th. Gray died after suffering an injury while being transported in a police van, heightening a national debate on police treatment of minorities. 6 officers have been charged in his death. Batts and other commanders told officers to hold the line with rioters rather than confront people causing damage or threatening police. His cautious response was seen as an improvement over other cities, such as Ferguson, Missouri, that had used heavy-handed tactics to shut down protests after complaints of police brutality. But Batts came under criticism for not being better prepared for the rioting. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.